right, guys, so we got this beautiful C7, sorry. I don't know why I keep saying C6. This is a C7 ZR1. These are ceramic brakes. And if you know anything about ceramic brakes, sorry, ceramic brakes do not like acid. They do not like non-pH balanced cleaners, especially wheel cleaners. So we're gonna be using PNS Brake Buster, PNS Brake Buster. I hate the way the name sounds, but let me turn this around for you. All right. So PNS Brake Buster is phenomenal in the fact that it can also be applied on the tires and on the wheels. It is pH balanced, so it will not damage the brakes, which is really, really important if you do this for a living, because these brakes are extremely expensive. I don't even want to know how expensive, but they're expensive enough that we don't want to mess with it. So get your bucket. Hot water is preferred. It's really not preferred. I just like hot water, especially since it's, I don't know, 30 degrees right now. Now check this out. See that? That's scratching this wheel. So that guy goes in the trash. Let's make sure this guy is good. Yes, he is. All right. Is that rubber? Bro, if this is rubber, that would be so cool. It is. This dude drives his car, man. Look at this. He definitely drives it. All right, so scrub-a-dub-dub. Rinse properly. You want to make sure you're really, really rinsing the chemicals off of the wheels, because if it dries, it'll stain. Be very difficult to remove, so we want to avoid that. Let's zoom out a little bit for you. That's much better. Get behind the spokes. Get behind the spokes. Get all the way into the back of the barrel. All right. Now, Carbon Collective, a little brush. Now these tires are clean, I can tell, because they're not browning when we first sprayed them with PNS Brake Buster. Make sure you get the spokes, make sure you get everything. So we're gonna do this for obviously the other three. And then we're gonna do a rinseless wash inside the shop because it is insanely cold out here. We'll do a rinseless wash. Now we don't do rinseless washes for regular cars. We are doing a decontamination wash on this guy. And a decontamination wash is very different than a standard wash. Your standard wash is me just taking the dirt off of the car, cleaning it, drying it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Give you your keys. Have a nice day. A decontamination wash is the step before polishing the car. So I don't necessarily need to get all soapy and sudsy and get this thing foamed down. I need to get the surface clean. I need to remove the contaminants with a clay bar treatment, and then we can start polishing the vehicle. But before we start polishing the vehicle, always make sure to use an IPA. And then when you're done polishing the vehicle, before you install your ceramic coating, also spray down the vehicle with an IPA. The reason you want to do that is you want to remove any residue that may still be lingering on the paint prior to installing your ceramic coating, giving your ceramic the best option, the best bond possible, if you will. Yeah, good vocabulary. We're good, we're good. All right, let's rinse this baby down. On to the next. Now, once I'm done with this and we bring it inside, we're still gonna spray the wheel down with an IPA as well. And we're also gonna make sure that the barrel is super, super clean. There's only so much that we can do, especially with this weather, and I'm not removing these wheels. So we're gonna do the best that we can with the time that we have. And then when we bring it inside, we're gonna perfect it before we ceramic coat the wheels and calipers as well. All right, although we are still gonna do a touchless wash on this thing, I still want to do an iron remover. There's a lot of tar and I'm seeing iron spots, and I know at the moment I spray this, let's zoom out, sorry again. The moment I start spraying this iron remover, I'm gonna start seeing some crazy contaminants that are sticking onto this paint. So an iron remover is taking off, is a chemical to remove iron contaminants that are stuck onto your paint. And it is safer to do this first than to start claying your vehicle, because this is not doing any contact. Sorry. So the risk is much, much less to mar and scratch up the paint. And the last thing that we want is to scratch up this paint. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go through this real quick and show you its reaction. It starts to turn purple, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna knock this out real quick and get back to you. The whole car is covered in iron remover right now. We want to reactivate it before we rinse it off. So we're gonna foam it down with Koch Chemie Gentle Snow Foam. We're gonna rinse it, and then we're gonna bring it back inside, do a clay bar treatment, and start the polishing process before we do our ceramic install. Alright, now that the foam is all done and the soap is done, you want to make sure that this orifice is cleared out. So undo the bottle, spray out the water so that it cycles out the water, cycles out all the soap, so that when you store this, you don't have to worry about the soap clogging up the orifice or the hose that's inside. So we're going to let this dwell, we're going to rinse it off, bring it back in. I think I said that like 4 or 5 times, but whatever. Get the idea. Peace. We got it back in the shop. Did an iron decon. I'm gonna do a clay bar treatment. I'm gonna dry this up. This whole hood, it's all carbon fiber. Look at that. Carbon fiber. Carbon fiber, Jacob. Carbon fiber. Danny, carbon fiber.
That's that good Corvette carbon fiber.
It's Italian carbon fiber. All right, so surprisingly enough, when we were doing our decon wash, or the first steps of it, all the glass on this car is already ceramic coated, so thankfully it saves us a step. We're gonna do a clay bar treatment now, get all the contaminants that are stuck onto this paint off, and then once you're done doing a clay bar treatment, we do an IPA wipe down, start our polish, and then another IPA wipe down, and then we install our 5-year self-healing carbon collective. All right, so we used PNS Absolute. We did a wash, and we just finished the clay bar. Now this is the thing, this is something that we noticed. Let me show you. All right, so you see these little tar spots. These are not coming off with the clay. So we did a test spot on the other side of the car to see if a quick polish will get that off, and sure enough, the polish is gonna get it off. But if you see the swirls in the paint as well, so we're gonna have to do a little bit more than just a polish. When the vehicle gets like this and you finish doing your clay bar treatment, you want to go back and soak the whole vehicle with your rinseless wash. Doesn't matter the brand, but you just want to soak the whole vehicle again. You're gonna get it re-lubricated and then dry it, and then inspect it and make sure that you're good. And then we're gonna do an iron decontamination. I'm sorry, not an iron decontamination. We're gonna do an IPA spray. So any of the residue, any of the soaps that are on here, after we dry this, will be removed and give us a safe surface to start the correction. Cool. All right, so we just finished the clay bar treatment. We're inspecting the paint. This car has a lot of rock chips, like a lot of rock chips. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. We did not discuss touch-up paint or anything like that. So unfortunately, I don't have touch-up paint, but I did notice, I'm trying to find it for you. There. Look at that. Can you see that? This light is crazy. Look at the imperfections right there. So something was stuck on this paint. You can see it. And they tried to remove it, but as I went to remove it, the paint literally lifted right here. And then you could see it's heavily marred up over there. The rest of the car, on the other hand, honestly doesn't look too bad. There are swirls, so we're going to do a polish, and a polish should clean up about 90% of it. A full paint correction honestly is really not needed because there's really not that many imperfections in here, but if there are spots like that bumper, like I mentioned, we'll attack that separately. And then we'll just go over the whole car with DA polish, Rupes. We'll use a white pad, and then we're literally going to start testing. We're going to go with the least aggressive to a more aggressive pad and polish, and seeing if we can get these swirls out. But I honestly feel like GM soft paint, a standard polish should be more than enough. So let's start attacking this bad boy, and we'll see what's up. All right, so we finished the cutting with our 3D all-in-one. We did an orange cutting pad. Now we're gonna do the last step, which is our ultra finishing polish. So ultimately what this step is doing, we already did this section. We're using a white Rupes pad. So this is getting out any of the haze, any of the imperfections that we may have inflicted into the paint when we were doing the cutting process, as well as the clay bar treatment. So this is going to finesse the paint, if you will, and get it nice and purdy. And then we IPA and ceramic coat. Stay tuned. All right, so before every single ceramic coating application, make sure you are wiping it down with a panel prep. We highly recommend Carbon Collective, but you can also use a 70% isopropyl alcohol. The goal is to wipe off any residue, any polish, any dried up soap that may still be on the paint that might be affecting the paint, and therefore it will impede on the bond of the ceramic coating. So always use an IPA or a panel prep cleanser and rock and roll. Always make sure you saturate your pad with enough coating, especially pads that are this large. You gotta dump more. So we want to make sure that it is enough coating so that there's no dry spots. That's good. So now we're just going to install right onto the panel. I want you to do here, just this side of the hood.
So like this?
Yeah. So we're going to go in a crosshatch pattern. And once that ceramic coating makes its chemical bond with the clear coat, it's going to start to bead or sweat or rainbow. When that happens, that's our telltale sign that the coating has made its bond and the excess needs to be wiped off. If the excess is not wiped off, you'll end up getting high spots and you'll just not have a good day, my friends. So make sure you're wiping it properly. Now, you're gonna see in a few seconds how the coating is going to start to rainbow. It's already starting to flash right now. And now the rainbow started to happen. So now we're going to level it out. You can stay flat on the panel. And the thing is, this is the trick when it comes to wiping off ceramic coating. It's not water. Right? It is a sticky substance. It should be very easy to wipe off, but nonetheless, you still got to put a little bit of energy and elbow grease in there to make sure that you're lifting all of that ceramic coating off of the panel. Once you're done, flip over the towel so that you can buff off any excess And then once the whole vehicle is fully coated and the excess is buffed off, we're gonna follow it up with a soft towel to buff off any of the excess that we didn't pick up from the first wipe down. So we're gonna go through panel by panel. You never want to do a full door. You don't want to do the full fender. Well, the fenders are small in this car, but a car like this, the door is pretty large. So you do want to split it into either in half, or you can do it in 4 ways, 3 ways, whatever makes it easier for you. But depending on the ceramic coating that you're using, you want to make sure that you're not just throwing the coating on the whole panel and then trying to wipe it off. You're going to be chasing yourself. There's going to be a lot of excess and it'll be very, very difficult to get the level that you need. So we're going to finish up the rest of the vehicle. I'm going to start coating this and then we'll go through the wheels and we should be good, guys. Stay tuned. Guys, what is up? We are done with the Corvette ZR1. I am immensely satisfied with the way this thing came out. Carbon Collective 5-year self-healing ceramic coating. We did wheel and caliper coatings, glass coating, trim, wheels, calipers, you name it. She's good. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. I am very, very happy with the results. My team straight crushed it, boys and girls. Crushed it. Like and subscribe for more. We have a lot of content that we want to put out for you guys. So if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, share it with your friends and family. And if you don't, just hit the like. You don't want to hit the like, hit the subscribe. You don't want to hit the subscribe, don't hit anything at all. Just skip to the next one. All right. Later, guys.